Is the playlist push TikTok campaign worth the money? Well, I've used it, I've had time to review it, and today we're gonna dive into it. What's up, gang? It's Daddy Nat, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about Playlist Push, and let me back up a little bit. So Playlist Push reached out to me a few weeks ago and they asked if I'd be interested in doing a campaign, and of course I said yes. To which they said, well, full disclosure, we want to give you a budget for it. We've seen your video that you did on the other Playlist Push Spotify campaigns, and they gave me a budget of $1,000 to use on their platform. $1,000, dude. $1,000 is a lot of money. I was very pleasantly surprised to have this opportunity. And also because I'm a fan of Playlist Push. If I'm looking at the other services that have worked to date, I would say that Playlist Push worked better than pretty much any of the other ones and didn't provide any bots and helped me get to that next stage. But holy fuck, $1,000. That's a lot for an artist and super hype. I would just say off the bat, they let me do this free of charge and they let me just go and experiment on their platform and they want me to go and give an honest review about it. And I was super hyped about that, having this opportunity. It's something I've wanted for this channel for a while. So yeah, I was very hyped about that. Now that said, I also told them if I didn't like the service, then I'm gonna let them know that. And I have used a lot of different TikTok creative things that you can go dump your money into as a creative on TikTok. Like I've done that historically, probably put upwards of $5,000 into TikTok things, whether that be, campaigns for songs, whether that using Robert Benjamin's course, Robert Benjamin's own platform, going and paying guys individually and reaching out to them on my own. You guys have seen probably that video. Like, I have gone and done a ton on TikTok and spent a ton of money. I made a post that went viral that said, if you guys go make a video that gets 1 million views, I paid out $300 a pop. Like, I paid out so much money for that. So I guess what I'm saying is I spent a lot of money on TikTok, and I think when you go into this, yes, $1,000 is a lot to be had on TikTok, but in the comparison of how I got to the followers that I have and also just my own pushing of my music, man, this is a fraction of the amount of money that I've spent on TikTok overall. And I want that to be known because TikTok is a place that you can go throw a lot of money and waste a lot of money, as you find out over time. And creating viral, trends is something you gotta be persistent about. And honestly, when it comes down to it, it's not always about the money. It's a very difficult thing to do with money. So I just want to disclose all that information up top because I think it gives you guys a little bit more reference for what I can say within this video, how I compare these to other videos, which of course will be part of my criteria. But again, what I'll say is this is a paid, or not a paid, they pay me to do this, they paid me by giving me a free campaign. So I guess this is a paid sponsored post. Overall, I have to say that I'm very pleased with it. Overall, I've tried a bunch of different things. I'm very pleased with it. So when I speak about that, I just need you to take all these things into account because some of y'all are gonna be like, that's not worth the money, probably off the bat. And I challenge you to go and try other ways of spending money on this platform and see if you get the same results. That's all I'll say about that. From here, I want to talk about the criteria that I am going to use to determine my review of this platform. So here's like the 6 different things that I want to say that I'm basically going to judge this platform by. So starting off with number 1. We gotta talk about my idea and my trend for the video. My idea is one that I think could perhaps have been better, but it was probably, I thought it was a pretty good idea when I first came up with it. We had certain tweaks that we did to the video and the idea as time went on. But yeah, here is a short clip of the first one that I ever posted, and you guys let me know what you think.
Daddy told me we all die when we get older. That's softly sad, at least it's true.
So as you can see in this video, essentially what I have going on is I'm calling it sort of like the 3 lies challenges. And the song that we're using for this, by the way, is coming out in March. It's called Elders. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you just heard a little snippet of it. That song is one that is basically, about not necessarily being lied to by your parents, but your parents had a perception, your elders had a perception of the world that they grew up in, and that world has changed so much since then. and you can't go live in the shadow of what your parents want you to do or what you want your elders want you to do. You have to go pursue your dreams on your own terms, and that's part of, you know, growing up. It's kind of what this song's about, you know what I mean? It's like taking all the wisdom that you can from your elders, but also not allowing them to hold you back. That's a better way to put it. And so the idea and the trend for this video is, what are the top 3 lies that your parents told you growing up? I thought that was like, hey, you know, this is something, there's probably so many different combinations of things that you can talk about that people are gonna relate to. But as you can see in this first video, you know, I threw a few different things out there. My thought is that you could go and basically copy this and do this trend across different things and, you know, obviously use the songs. So again, that's the first one. I wanna talk about the idea and the trend for the video. I think it could have been better, and we'll talk a little bit more about that now that we kind of just looked at. Now, the other 5 criterias were, what were the results? So how many videos were made, and what were the view ratios? What was the impact of the video? You know, did this video go viral? Did it go general? Did it have, you know, a general sort of movement on because multiple people posted videos about this? So we'll talk about impact. What was the user experience like? What was the UI? Do I think it, you know, works quite well with the platform? Was I up to speed on everything that was going on? How does it compare to others? So the other things that I've used. And then of course, would I recommend this to others? So we've already talked about the trend and the idea for the video. You guys let me know what you actually think in the comments down below, what you think of this video, how I could have done better, maybe how it was more relatable. What we eventually did is we just said you could go and basically take the same concept and use any 3 things that you wanted to sort of really have a whole lot more freedom with it. We basically said, here's what we recommend on the elders thing. You can go and change this however you want. And ultimately, if none of those things work for you, you can go make your own video if you got creative. So that's one other thing to notice about the trend in video. It kind of changed over time as we spent that $1,000. So now that we know that, I'm gonna go ahead and take my camera screen off for a second, and we're gonna go ahead and look at the results of this campaign. So campaign for elders. So we had $1,000, 0 budget remaining. But as you can see, I mean, I like this. I really do like this platform, man. They have a better user interface, and overall, you can kind of see, you know, they have trend lines. I mean, they're trying to make this super user friendly and something that, you know, you can use. So as you can see, we kicked off the campaign, it looks like, in early December. And as time went on, we started getting a lot of views on this. Now, bear in mind, some of these videos that were posted were mine. Actually, no, they weren't. They only counted the 34 videos. So if you go look this song up right now, you can see there were several videos created by me, but I needed to do that so that their creators could see a platform, or sorry, see a template for how they should make their videos. So what do we have in general here? We have 34 videos, 867,000 views, 131 shares, 74,000 likes, and almost 1,200 comments. So that is pretty darn good. And this is the total. So we have 57 videos in total that were ever made. We have, you know, just under 1 million, I suppose, views, 163 shares, 90K likes, and 1.4K comments. So it's good to know. So you have these general statistics, right? Again, almost 1 million views is crazy to be able to have that on your song. No, nothing to be slept on there. And obviously considering that the vast majority came from these TikTok campaigns, not from my videos. So we have a variety. I wonder if I can, yes, we'll go like this. So we can go here and look at the view count for each. So we had Morgan. Let's view the video real quick that Morgan had. So this one got the most views. Let's watch this video on TikTok.
Daddy told me we all die when we get older. When we get older. I guess that's all freestyle. At least it's.
So that was, I mean, that was pretty good. I get it. They didn't take into account my trend. But even then, you know, that's where the vast majority of the views came from, was that one post. And obviously it was compelling, you know, anything like that where you have not gimmicky stuff, but stuff that's gonna draw people's attention off the front. Like she had a, you know, a plaster nose on or whatever, I believe. Like to me, that drew in the attention enough. Now let's look at another one, the one right beneath it. I think this one actually used my trend. Yeah. So here we go.
Daddy told me we all die when we get older. When we get older.
So again, you kind of have somebody going through the list, and there's so many videos in here. I guess we'll look at the third one, top 3.
My daddy told me we all die when we get older. When we get older. I guess that's all we said. At least it's true.
So, these were the top 3. 48,000 views for that one from Casey Cat, 56,000 from Sierra Zagari, and then 422,000 to Morgan. So, and there were several others here, as you can see, that had a lot of different variances in the results. Now, you can see the first one was the one that did best, which of course is why I think, well, maybe there was another trend that could have been used. Maybe there was a different thing. I personally love this song. I think Elders is going to be one of my biggest songs coming out. It actually has a feature from Abby the Nomad. And again, it's coming out in March, so I'm super excited to share that with y'all. But I guess I would say is, I thought the trend would go more, but then you can see that, someone going and doing their own video concept is actually what did best. And maybe that's just, a mistake on my behalf. We kind of worked together. I worked with Playlist Push to kind of come up with this concept. But in general, we're still trying to figure it out. We're still trying to learn what the best methodology is on both sides for how to make this, launch, so to speak. How to best capitalize on a campaign idea. That's kind of what I'm trying to say. So these were the results. I think, the next thing to talk about is the impact of the video. So the impact of the video, what do I mean by impact of the video? Did this go and spread like wildfire across the app? Were other people interested in this trend? Was it a trend that took off in any way, shape, or form? And for that, I have to say it wasn't. There were, again, 57 videos made, I think, in total. I'm not saying that's bad, but I am saying, I think God's Hands has almost 1,000 videos made for it. Do You Feel, which is the one that I did my own post and paid people directly for, has almost 8,000, 9,000 videos on it. So, again, it didn't go in an organic virality, but again, a lot of that could be attributed to my idea. So I'm not gonna grade too harshly on the general virality of this, but I'll also say that no other strategy that I have done, apart from, I guess, the one where, there were so many different videos made to pay people out, I haven't really had any go viral. And of course, that one went viral for a very selfish reason. It wasn't because it was an amazing idea or an amazing song, although I really do like that song. I guess it had more to do, in my opinion, with the fact that people were incentivized to do it, properly. Which again, I think that song has gotten a whole lot more play because of that. I think I've developed a whole lot more fans because of that. But in general, I don't think the impact of that video necessarily was just pushed as virally as others have been, organically. And I don't think necessarily on this TikTok Playlist Push campaign that it had a general virality. So can't grade it too harshly there, but also can't give it a lot of merit. Next, the user experience, the UI. I think this will be a pretty quick one, probably the quickest that we've had here. But again, we'll just quickly look at this UI again, and I'll tell you what I like. I like that they have put some sort of graph here. Again, it doesn't take a lot to give people a little bit satisfaction to be able to see, they just want to be able to see as much analytics as they can on it. And I think Playlist Push does a fantastic job of letting you do that, making it easy to view videos. This isn't simple stuff. This is a new platform. It's very difficult to build off of. And so the fact that they have this all together, it's much better than any other sort of campaign that I've used of any sort. The UI is the best. So I'll give them mad props on the UI. Okay, so next we have, how does it compare to others? This is another area where I think Playlist Push's version, although does quite well, it functions very well. I think you can burn up your budget on this platform in the same way that you can burn up your budget and send people a lot of money to post your video and they don't go crazy. You can swing and miss with this, right? Meaning that, $1,000, if that had come out of my campaign, out of my own pocket, I don't know how happy I would have been about that. I think that was, I think this platform could go a little bit better. I think the cost ratio of each influencer and how they're paid out, I don't know exactly how that works. I don't have visibility into how that works, but I do think that views only accounts for so much, and I know it's the best metric to use right now, right? But views can only really account for so much on TikTok, and it certainly doesn't correlate to having a virality, you know what I mean? At least from what I've seen. But what I will say is, in terms of videos made, in terms of trending on TikTok, from what I've seen, the more videos made, the better. And it's less about the views that you might get on 1 or 2 videos. So when I look at platforms like Robert Benjamin's platform, when I look at sort of doing it on your own, maybe you could get, now actually if you're doing it on your own, to be completely honest, if you're going out and reaching on your own with $1,000, you're probably not gonna get that many more videos made. Now you may get way more views, you may be able to come up with a plan on your own and get really creative with that plan and do that. But that's basically what you're outsourcing Playlist Push to do. And you do have to pay them for that. So understand that there is going to be a premium on it, of course, because you're just clicking the button and allowing them to go do it. So I think it compares very well. Again, it has the best user interface. The impact of the video fell a little bit short, but the idea and the trend for the video could have been because of that. And I do think that, you know, the results were pretty darn good. Almost 1 million views on TikTok. Have I done as well as that on other campaigns that I've done across? Absolutely. And again, I would just encourage you guys to keep an open mind. This is a new platform. They're trying to figure it out, and they're using influencers like myself to come in and test this stuff. So I would say that, you know, it compares quite nicely, and I do think once the kinks get worked out over time, this is going to be a fantastic platform. Which comes down to it: do I recommend you to use Playlist Push's TikTok campaign? The answer is yes. You guys heard about what I don't like about it. You've heard about the things that I'm a little bit iffy on. And I'll just say yes, comma. Do not go blow all of your budget on Playlist Push's TikTok campaign. What I think you should do is perhaps take whatever your budget is and do about 20% of that budget towards your song's release. So in a beautiful world, let's say you have $2,000, you know, to go spend on your release, your marketing budget. And you should be having a marketing budget, guys, just so you know. Like, if you want to compete with anybody, you got to have a marketing budget. Do I think that you should spend all of that $2,000 on TikTok's Playlist Push campaign? No. In this scenario, I would say you should use $400 or $500 of that on TikTok's Playlist Push campaign. I would say you should also go use a portion of it on ads and using Instagram story ads and Facebook ads. I would say you go to use a portion of it, and probably the most on that, say like 40-50% of that on that. And then you can go use it across other, you know, TikTok ads. You can go use, you know, various things to go and promote your song. TikTok being one avenue, you know, and I would say that this, if you're looking to just have a simple way to go spend your entire budget for a TikTok campaign, if you're looking for a simple way to do that, I think Playlist Push totally outsources all the work and they make it much easier. But there are more effective ways that you could go do it. You just got to spend more money. And of course, I do recommend Robert Benjamin's platform. It's worked quite well for me. I also had mentorship from him. So full disclosure, I used his course. But in general, you know, the user analytics are very different from that. How you get, you know, pay and get paid from that is very different. And again, I think that this platform is probably the most advanced in terms of its user interface, in terms of how they interact with you on it. So overall, I once again will recommend Playlist Push's service. Again, don't go overboard with the budget. I would recommend 20% of your overall budget to push your release. But yeah, I think this is a great platform. I think you guys should go all and try to check it out if you haven't already. And also, if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what other content you'd like me to make down below. Let me know if you've used the Playlist Push TikTok service and whether or not you think it's worth it. And yeah, any feedback you have down below, would love to hear it. Again, this song Elders that was in this video is coming out in March. More updates about that soon, but I'm super excited. Huge feature that I'm blessed to have from Avi the Nomad in Austin, Texas. And dude, yeah, 2021's Daddy Nat's year. So y'all be ready. Hope you guys enjoyed this content. Catch you guys later. Peace out.